Friends from the press, good morning. It is my pleasure to brief you on the fifth plenary session of the 19th CPC Central Committee. The 19th CPC Central Committee held its fifth plenary session in Beijing from 26 to 29 October 2020. The session was presided over by the Political Bureau of the Central Committee and was attended by members and alternate members of the Central Committee, members of the Standing Committee of the CPC Central Commission for Discipline Inspection, and other leaders concerned were present in a non-voting capacity, as were some community-level delegates to the 19th CPC National Congress and some experts and scholars. Participants heard and discussed over the report on the work of the Political Bureau presented by General Secretary Xi Jinping on behalf of the Political Bureau. They also examined and approved the recommendations of the CPC Central Committee for formulating the 14th Five-Year Plan for Economic and Social Development and the long-range goals for 2035. After hearing explanatory remarks given by General Secretary Xi Jinping about the draft document, at the close of the session, General Secretary Xi made an important speech. The session concluded after successfully completing all items on the agenda. The participants fully affirmed the work that the Political Bureau has carried out since the 14th plenary session and highly appraised the defining achievements China has made in completing the building of a moderately prosperous society in all respects. They all agreed that in face of the complicated international situation and formidable tasks of advancing domestic reform and development while maintaining stability, especially under the grave impacts of COVID-19, the CPC Central Committee, with Comrade Xi Jinping at the core, has stayed true to the CPC's original aspiration and founding mission, united and led the whole party and people of all ethnic groups in breaking new ground and forging ahead, and worked strenuously to advance various programs of the party and the country, while resolutely addressing all kinds of risks and challenges, thus steering the giant ship of socialism with Chinese characteristics steadily forward. Such experience has once again proved that with Comrade Xi Jinping at the core of the CPC Central Committee and the whole party to take the helm, and with all CPC members and the whole nation united as one, we can surely overcome difficulties and obstacles of all kinds on the journey ahead, and will vigorously advance socialism with Chinese characteristics in the new era. The session is an important meeting of overarching and historic significance that has been held as China enters a new stage of development and is at a critical moment of realizing the great rejuvenation of the Chinese nation. The 14th Five-Year Plan period covers the first 5 years during which China will start a new journey toward the second centenary goal of fully building a modern socialist country after having achieved the first centenary goal of building a moderately prosperous society in all respects. China now is still in an important period of strategic opportunity for development while facing profound and complex changes at home and abroad. Internationally, the world is undergoing momentum changes unseen in a century. With quickening pace of evolution, COVID-19 is exerting an extensive, far-reaching impact around the world. Economic globalization is encountering headwinds. The dramatic changes are taking place in the international economic, scientific, and technological, cultural, security, and political landscapes. All of these place China in an increasingly complex external environment. Domestically, as our country has come to a key moment for realizing national rejuvenation, the principal contradiction facing the Chinese society has changed, and our economy is transitioning to high-quality development. China enjoys multiple favorable conditions and strengths to pursue sustained development, and at the same time faces many difficulties and challenges to come. At a historic moment when the timeframes of the two centenary goals converge, the Central Committee convened this plenary session to discuss matters relating to the 14th Five-Year Plan, draw up a blueprint for China's future development, identify the direction and goals for the journey ahead. This is of great significance for inspiring the whole party and the Chinese people of all ethnic groups to overcome the various risks and challenges on our journey ahead and make a good start for building a modern socialist China in all respects. The most important outcome of the session is its adoption of the recommendations for formulating the 14th Five-Year Plan for economic and social development and the long-range goals for 2035. The recommendations make a comprehensive summary of the defining achievements China has scored in building a society of moderate prosperity in all respects, and give an in-depth analysis of the conditions facing China's development both at home and abroad, outline the long-range prospect of basically realizing socialist modernization by 2035, and set forth the guiding principles, main targets, priority tasks, and major measures for the 14th Five-Year Plan period. They offer answers to what kind of development to pursue under the new conditions and how to achieve it. The participants all agreed that the document fully reflects new changes in our current times, suits the requirements of the new era, and responds to the new aspirations of the people. It will serve as a guiding program as China sets out on a new journey toward fully building a modern socialist country and realizing its second centenary goal. It will be a guide of action for China's economic and social development in the next 5 years and beyond. A distinct feature of the recommendations is that it focuses on the principal contradiction facing the Chinese society and outlines a number of strategic and innovative measures for different fields. For instance, it defines fully building a modern socialist country as a foremost element of the four-pronged comprehensive strategy. It identifies pursuing high-quality development as the main theme and deepening supply-side structural reforms as the main task. And it identifies self-reliance and self-strengthening in science and technology as being the strategic support to China's national development. It also emphasizes the strategic importance of expanding domestic demand and underscores the need to embed the new vision for development and the idea of security-oriented development in all fields and in the entire process of China's development. For the first time, more notable and substantial progress towards the common prosperity of all Chinese people is set as a long-range goal. In particular, the document includes strategic steps for fostering a new development paradigm with domestic circulation as the mainstay and domestic and international circulations reinforcing each other, and specifies the main priorities and primary tasks for this endeavor. These strategic and innovative measures highlight the outstanding problems and areas of weakness in China's development and respond to people's aspirations and wishes. They are significant for keeping the development initiatives in China's own hands, for upgrading China's strength in competition, and for ensuring long-term and steady progress in China's development. That is my opening remarks. Thank you.